So it's an evening stroll. Now we need to actually be realistic about City's season, because I think if we don't win on Sunday, then the chances of us winning the league is like pretty much like dead in the water, because then if Liverpool beat Fulham, they'd be 11 points in front of us and also have a game less. So I think if we don't win on Sunday, then the chances of us winning the league are extremely slim, because you can never say never, because it's never over till it's over. But I think if we don't win on Sunday, then I think the chances of us winning the title are dead and buried. And I think we've got to win the next 2 games in the Champions League after losing last night to stand any chance of getting in the top 8. But even then, we're going to have to rely on other results going our way, and that's not necessarily a guarantee to happen. And I think realistically, we're looking at a season like 1920 where we might win 1 trophy at the bare minimum. But at this rate of like how we're going at the moment, I think we might even be lucky to win 1 trophy. Because I think January is going to define whether we win anything or not. If we have a good January transfer window, we might pick up 1 trophy, maybe 2 if we get lucky. But if we spend no money in January, then I think it might be a season for City where we win absolutely nothing. Because I think against United on Sunday, even though they're not going to out-football us, I think we're going to have to defend well to win the game, because despite United's attackers not being that good, we've seen City struggle against like attacks that are not that good. Like, for example, Tottenham, they don't have the best attack in the world, like Son, Johnson, Werner, and they still absolutely tore our back line to shreds. So if we don't defend well on Sunday, I can't see us picking up 3 points, if I'm being brutally honest. We need to play Jack Grealish in the midfield. I don't understand why he plays well in the midfield 1 game and then the next game he's back out on the wing. I don't think Pep knows his best team. I think that's the main issue, really, because I think that's why we're seeing Pep play the same lineup pretty much all the time. And I think if he knew his best team, then the situation at the moment would be better. Because I think half the time with the lineup, he goes with experience over quality. Because if he was picking it on quality, O'Reilly and McAtee would get a chance over the likes of Gundogan. And Walker wouldn't be playing. And he'd get Lewis more minutes as well. And he doesn't know his best team at the moment. That's the main issue, I think. And he's always playing the same midfield. He's scared to change it up in the midfield. He needs to get more young legs in the midfield. I'd probably say that Ortega at the moment deserves to be playing over Ederson, because 2 games we've played with Ortega, we've won and drawn, and then with Ederson, we've only drawn against Feyenoord and lost every single other game. And I personally think that anyone hoping for City to win a double or a treble is like really like wishful thinking, because I think we'll be lucky if we win like an FA Cup at this rate, never mind a league title or a Champions League. Because even if we do get, say, someone like a Guimaraes or Zubimendi in January, I think another issue that needs to be sorted out is that right back situation. We're changing the centre backs around all the time. We're not like playing the same defence all the time. If we were doing that, I think the defence would be more solid, because like 1 week Diaz is like playing it alongside, like, say, Kanji, then it's Ake, then maybe it's Stones or like Gavadio. We don't have a set like back line. It's like changing all over all the time. And when we get the ball, like in an attacking position, there's no one making runs in behind. And my worry is if we concede first on Sunday, then we won't be able to break United down. Because even though the defence isn't like that great, our midfield like literally has no quality whatsoever. Our best midfield three at the moment would be Núñez, Grealish and Bernardo. Because I know De Bruyne was good against Forest, but he was poor last night against Juve and he was poor at the weekend against Palace. And just because he's Kevin De Bruyne doesn't mean that he's undroppable. No player's bigger than the football club. But I do have to say, if there is a season for us to go trophyless, it will be this season because of the way that we're playing. In an FA Cup, yeah, the best side doesn't always win it because it's knockout football, and it's the same with the Champions League. So you have to ride your luck at times to win a knockout competition. And in the league, we're far from the best team in the league at the moment. There's about 3-4 teams better than us in the league at the moment. And we're lucky that there's teams like in like 5th and 6th are like worse than us, because if they were anywhere close to our level, then there'd be a bit of jeopardy with the top 4. I still think there is a bit of jeopardy with the top 4, because if we like lose ground on the league title more, we might focus on the Champions League a bit more. But the thing is, we're probably going to have to play a playoff match, more than likely anyway. And if we focus on the Champions League, we can't really afford to do that, because if we do that too much, then we might lose ground in the top 4. And if we don't get top 4, we won't be able to rebuild the squad as well as what we possibly could with top 4, because Champions League football is a key in attracting players. Regardless of whether we've... Because even though Pep signed the contract, I'm convinced if this goes on, even though he signed the contract, that he might walk. Because he doesn't want to leave in a situation where like the entire club hates him. So if he stays like throughout this whole contract and this like form continues, then it wouldn't like make the entire fan base hate him, but it would mean that he'd go out in a bit of a whimper. Because Klopp did great things for Liverpool, but he went out in a whimper. We don't want the same thing to happen with Pep. But leave me your thoughts on this video in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Have a good Thursday night.